Right now, on dealer lots across this country, there are 5 cars sitting untouched. Ignored, laughed at, ridiculed by buyers who don't know any better. And every single one of them will outlast the car parked right next to it that's selling for $10,000 more. I'm not guessing. I've spent the last 23 years underneath engines, behind service counters, telling people the truth dealerships never will. Today, I'm showing you 5 cars that refuse to die. Rotting on lots right now. Waiting for someone smart enough to notice before everyone else does. Number 5 will surprise you. Number 5, the Buick LaCrosse. Specifically the 2010 to 2016 models. This is a car most people my age still think means old man car. And that exact mistake is why you can find one right now for $6,000 less than a comparable Camry with the same mileage. Let me tell you about a customer of mine, a retired school teacher, 71 years old. She came in wanting me to look at a 2017 Toyota Camry XLE with 88,000 miles. Dealer wanted $19,500. I checked the listing, checked the history, and told her plainly, for $2,000 less, there's a smoother, quieter, more comfortable option sitting 3 lots down. That was a 2014 Buick LaCrosse Premium, 61,000 miles, $17,200. Same GM 3.6-liter V6 platform that's been refined for over a decade. Same 6-speed automatic used across half of General Motors lineup. She bought it. That was 3 years ago. Total repairs since? Brake pads and 1 battery. That's it. Here's what nobody tells you about the LaCrosse. It shares its bones with the Cadillac XTS. Same suspension tuning, same soundproofing, same ride quality. Cadillac buyers pay $10,000 more for. The interior is quieter than a Camry, the seats are more supportive on long drives, and the V6 has more torque for effortless highway passing. Something my older customers care about a lot more than 0 to 60 times. The reason this car is rotting on lots is painfully simple. Buick spent 20 years marketing to a generation that's no longer buying new cars, and younger buyers won't even test drive it because of the name on the badge. That perception gap is your opportunity. Now, before I get to number 4, if this is already changing how you look at used car lots, tap that like button right now, and tell me in the comments, what's the oldest car you've ever kept running past 200,000 miles? I want to see your numbers. Because number 4 on this list isn't just overlooked. It's a car that outlasted a Mercedes in my own shop, and the owner didn't believe me until I showed him the invoice. Number 4, the Kia Cadenza. Specifically the 2014 to 2020 models. This is the car that made me question everything I thought I knew about Korean engineering, and it's the car I still think about every time I see one sitting quietly at the back of a used lot, completely ignored. About 4 years ago, a customer brought in his 2016 Mercedes E350 for what he thought was a simple oil leak. $41,000 he'd paid for that car new. 91,000 miles on it. I found a leaking valve cover gasket, sure. But I also found a transmission that was already starting to hesitate on cold shifts, and an air suspension component that was going to cost him $2,200 within the year. He asked me, half joking, what would you buy instead of dealing with German electronics? I pointed at my own daily driver in the parking lot. A 2017 Kia Cadenza Limited, 68,000 miles, bought for $19,000. He laughed. 2 years later, he wasn't laughing. He owns one now. Total repairs on his in 18 months? An oil change and a cabin filter. Here's what nobody tells you about the Cadenza. It's built on Hyundai's Lambda V6 architecture, the same 3.3-liter engine family used in the Genesis and the Hyundai Azera. Naturally aspirated, port-injected, no turbo to fail, no direct injection carbon buildup. It comes with America's best powertrain warranty even used. 10 years, 100,000 miles, transferable. Napa leather seats, a genuinely quiet cabin, ride quality that rivals cars costing $15,000 more. The reason it's rotting on lots is simple and almost insulting. People see Kia and assume economy car. They don't realize Kia used the Cadenza as their flagship, their answer to the Avalon and the E-Class, and then barely marketed it before quietly discontinuing it in 2020. If you're finding value in this so far, hit that like button now. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who need to hear it. And drop a comment. Have you ever owned a car that everyone made fun of, but it never once let you down? Because number 3 is about to expose something even bigger. A car that beat a Lexus in my own reliability records, and I have the paperwork to prove it. Number 3, the Mazda 6. Specifically the 2014 to 2021 models. This is the car that truck guys and Toyota loyalists both underestimate for the exact same wrong reason, and it's cost them thousands. 2 years ago, a woman in her 60s came into my shop with her son. They were looking at a 2016 Lexus ES 350 with 95,000 miles, priced at $21,000. Solid car, no argument there. But I asked her one question. How many miles does she drive a year? 6,000, mostly local errands and church on Sundays. I told her straight, you're about to pay a Lexus premium for a car that will spend most of its life parked in your driveway. I showed her a 2017 Mazda 6 Grand Touring, 49,000 miles, $14,800. Same smooth ride, nicer interior than people expect, $7,000 less. She bought it. That was 2 years ago. Total repairs? 1 set of brake pads. Here's what nobody tells you about the Mazda 6. Under the hood is the Skyactiv G 2.5-litre 4-cylinder, one of the most refined naturally aspirated engines ever built for a mainstream sedan. Timing chain, not a belt. No turbo. Mazda's own reliability data and independent studies consistently place it above the Camry and the Accord in long-term dependability. The 6-speed automatic is a traditional torque converter unit. No CVT shudder, no dual-clutch hesitation. It just shifts, smoothly, for 200,000 miles and beyond. The reason this car rots on lots is a branding problem, plain and simple. People associate Mazda with sporty and assume that means fragile, or assume it means a stiff, uncomfortable ride. The truth is the opposite. Mazda quietly builds some of the best interiors in the mainstream segment, and the engine underneath is built like it's meant to outlive its owner. If this list is already saving you thousands of dollars in your head, hit like right now. It costs you nothing and it tells me to keep making these. And answer me this in the comments. Has a salesman ever talked you out of a car that turned out to be the better choice all along? Because number 2 is the car that made a Toyota technician quit recommending Camrys to his own family. I watched it happen. Number 2, the Toyota Avalon. Specifically the 2013 to 2022 models. This is the car that made one of my own Toyota trained technicians stop recommending Camrys to his family, and start recommending this instead. And he never told his manager why. About a year and a half ago, a retired couple came in looking at a 2019 Toyota Camry XLE, 38,000 miles, $22,000. Nice car, no complaints. But my technician, a guy who spent 6 years at a Toyota dealership before coming to work for me, pulled me aside and said, tell them about the Avalon before they sign anything. We found a 2018 Avalon Limited, 44,000 miles, $20,200. Bigger back seat, quieter cabin, more standard features, and $1,800 less. They bought it. 18 months later, oil changes and tires. Nothing else. Here's what nobody tells you about the Avalon. It's built on the exact same platform and drivetrain as the Camry, sometimes assembled in the very same Kentucky plant, by the same workers, on the same day. Same bulletproof 4-cylinder or V6, same 8-speed automatic, same maintenance schedule, same parts network. The only real difference is Toyota built the Avalon to be quieter, roomier, and more comfortable. Because it was originally aimed at buyers who wanted a Lexus-like ride without the Lexus price tag. The reason this car is rotting on lots is almost tragic. Toyota discontinued the Avalon in 2022 to make room for more SUVs, and buyers assumed that means something was wrong with it. Nothing was wrong with it. It was simply too good, too quiet, too comfortable, and too unglamorous for a market obsessed with crossovers. If you've made it this far, do me one favor. Hit that like button, and tell me in the comments which one of these 5 you'd actually buy today. I read every single comment, and I want to see your pick before I reveal number 1. Because number 1 isn't just the best car on this list. It's the car I drive myself, and the reason I will never buy new again. Number 1, the Lexus ES 350. Specifically the 2013 to 2018 models. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this is the single smartest used car purchase in America right now, for one reason nobody wants to admit. Let me tell you why I drive one myself. 6 years ago, I had my pick of any car in my own shop to take home. I chose a 2015 Lexus ES 350 with 73,000 miles that I bought for $16,500. Today it has 158,000 miles on it. Total repairs in 6 years. A battery, 3 sets of brake pads, tires, and 1 alternator at 140,000 miles. That's the entire list. No transmission work. No engine work. Nothing. Here's the secret Lexus doesn't advertise and Toyota doesn't either. The ES350 is a Toyota Camry underneath, built by the same engineers, on a stretched version of the same platform, with the same legendary V6 and the same 6 or 8-speed automatic depending on the year. Toyota simply took their most reliable sedan, wrapped it in better sound insulation, richer leather, and a Lexus badge, and sold it to buyers who wanted comfort without complexity. Every mechanical part that matters is proven Toyota engineering with over 2 decades of real-world data behind it. Here's the number that should make you angry. A 2016 Lexus ES350 with 60,000 miles sells for around $18,000 to $21,000. A 2016 Toyota Avalon with the same miles, same drivetrain, less luxury, sells for nearly the same price. And a comparable Mercedes E-Class with real mechanical risk sells for the same money too. You are getting Lexus badge, Lexus interior, Lexus resale value, and Toyota bulletproof mechanicals, for a price that makes German luxury look reckless. The reason this car rots on lots is the simplest reason on this entire list. People assume Lexus means expensive to maintain, expensive to repair, expensive to own. It's the opposite. It's a Camry in a tuxedo. And nobody in the industry benefits from you knowing that, except me, and now, you. So there it is. 5 cars the market forgot, but 23 years of experience never will. The Buick that rides like a Cadillac. The Kia that outlasted a Mercedes. The Mazda that outperforms the reliability charts. The Avalon that's secretly a Camry in disguise. And the Lexus that will outlive every payment you ever make on it. Next time you walk onto a lot and a salesman steers you towards something flashier, you'll know better. If this video just saved you thousands of dollars, do one thing for me. Subscribe, because I've got more of these coming, and I'll keep telling you what the dealerships won't. Drive safe, take care of your car, and it'll take care of you. Take it or leave it. I'll see you in the next one.